Hey there, Internet. Our Felix Finch here once again, Frisco Flame, and I am here with Underground Lucha Things, Episode 4, The Thrill of the Hunt. And joining me on this hunt, as always, it is Brittani Nikole. Brittani, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I can't wait to get into this episode. I wore my Ruda shirt because that is where I truly am in my life, is being Ruda. So I'm excited about this.
All right. Well, this show starts off with some women's action. We have Sexy Star taking on Evilise. Now, Sexy Star is wearing an amazing entrance attire here. It's got like nice big shoulders, a shiny cape. I'm sure you appreciate the rhinestones.
Oh, yes.
And she gets to cut a promo in Spanish, and they throw up subtitles. Again, a benefit of a post-produced product.
Yes, that I love it because I'm ashamed to say, but I don't speak Spanish. So to be able to have her do a promo in Spanish and have it be more fluent and more fluid for her, because I know that when certain people have to speak in not their mother language, it's kind of it's a little so for her to be able to get all of her emotions out and make it fluid, and then us to read the subtitles for us that don't know Spanish, it's perfect. I love it. It gives it more feeling when she's able to speak it in her own language.
Yeah, and now when Evilise comes down, however, her demeanor reminds me a lot of Vicky Guerrero coming down. I was expecting her to say "excuse me" as she walks down those stairs.
Evilise, like she is Ruda. That is she is, like, if that's anything. And I love that they put these two to open up the show. I mean, there's a musical guest that opens up the show, but then there's them. They like, this is like, and they came in like looking like rock stars. I mean, like you said, Sexy Star was in her giant like Kiss inspired stars and shoulder pads, cape with her mask with all those giant rhinestones on it, and Evilise comes down with like her torn pants like she's from Motley Crue. It was just like this weird 80s clash of the Titans coming together. I don't know. I've fashion-wise, I guess.
Yeah. And on this November 19th, 2014, the crowd seems a little split. This is the air date was November 19th, 2014, but they seem really split between Evilise and Sexy Star, even though clearly Sexy Star is set up as the babyface here.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, if you've been watching the crowd, it's adults. There's not children. But in this one, I noticed there are two children. There's like a toddler and an infant. And like, I don't know if they had to be there because of but if you've noticed, other than that, there's no children. So it's all been very adult, besides those two kids. So you would kind of see that they're going to be split, because adults tend to be split because they don't care if Evilise is evil or that sexy, whereas kids are like, oh, root for the good guy. So it's nice, it's nice to see that they're going back and forth with their anti-divas, as they were called by our commentary, to our splendid commentary team.
Yeah, they keep emphasizing how they're not like most girls, and here's the thing: is this match, it's not the greatest. There's some real stickiness between the two. There's some like little just bumps in motion that don't flow right, and it's more of a scrap than a wrestling match. I will give it that. Evilise is like, her non-wrestling gear fits her character, whereas Sexy Star, despite that elaborate entrance robe, it looks like she's wearing some workout outfit that she like maybe picked up from her local Ross. I don't know.
You pick out workout gear from Ross? Like, hold on.
Or Marshalls, somewhere cheap, a thrift shop.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't remember ever shopping at a Ross, but I mean, my favorite thing is that at one point, they're wrestling, they're scrapping, they're like, this is not going to be a regular match. We're not going to see high flying moves or anything. They're just going to pull hair and fight and roll around, but this isn't like a normal women's match. And I'm like, Okay, yeah. And then it went on a tangent about Son of Havoc and Evilise being together. Like, aren't they romantically involved? And then Vampiro's like, wait a second, I thought he was her brother. And Matt Stryker's like, oh, whatever floats your boat. I'm just like, what? Like, I don't. Can we just call the match?
Yeah.
And then they went on to talk about their love lives. Like, all of a sudden, then, like, Vampiro's like, Matt's like, hey, have you ever wrestled a woman? And Vampiro's like, nah, man, I was married for 7 years. Like, I don't do that. Like, that. I had enough of that in my marriage. And Matt Stryker's like, yeah, I've felt that too, which is hilarious because I know Matt Stryker's ex-fiance. And then they're like, oh, look, a fish hook. Kind of hot, but also kind of illegal. I'm like, stop. Stop.
Yeah, I'm glad you got these commentary notes. But
that's what I hear. I hear it, and I'm just like, y'all, Matt, I know you, Matt. Stop.
Now all of Twitter knows you're horny.
Right? Like, that's just... Oh, man.
And it's an unusual finish, too, because Sexy Star wins with a drop toe hold that she turns into an Oklahoma roll, which is certainly a finish. Like, it is there. It puts shoulders on Matt's, but it's just weird. It doesn't seem to fit this match.
No, and that's the thing, too, is like these two women are amazing wrestlers. They are. They are badass. They can fight the boy. They can run circles around the men sometimes. I just don't. And that's the thing, too, is weird, is I don't know. Again, I don't know about the filming scenarios and whatnot because I haven't talked to any of the wrestlers who were in Lucha Underground. But I feel like this match maybe should have had a redo. Like, I mean, just maybe.
Yeah, this might be the first match that I just wasn't into on this show. Which is sad to say because, like, again, normally we get some great stuff, and we're going to get some great stuff later tonight. This, I mean, at least it could only go up from here.
Right. It's the beginning. It's kind of opening and building it up. And that's the thing, too, is I do not like being about women's matches because, obviously... But well, I mean,
it's not obvious. We're not assuming your gender.
All right. Well, I use he, she, her pronoun. I can be a he too. It's fine. But it's one of those things of I just didn't feel it. I felt like they could do better, and I know they can do better because I've seen them do better. So it was just kind of off night, which everybody has. I have lots of them. But they have, they're entitled to an off match. The commentary was just very entertaining. I guess I'll call it that.
Yeah, and we cut again to the locker room. Although, whatever angle it is, now it has a bathroom sink in there and maybe a stall. But Drago's in there with Dario Cueto, who says that, he was a non-participant in the finish. Like, Phoenix got the pin on Pentagon Jr., and he's like, you didn't win the match, but it's like you didn't lose the match, but you also didn't win the match. So I don't know what to think about you. So he's going to make him pray for King Cuerno. He'll be the first pray for King Cuerno tonight. So we're going to get King Cuerno tonight. Who is King Cuerno? We'll find out later because up next we get Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix. And Pentagon Jr. is in there and he cuts a promo in Spanish as well and introduces himself and introduces his concept of no fear, zero metal. If anyone's literally ever seen him anywhere, you'll be familiar with that.
Yeah, he does this a lot anywhere. I don't know if it's just a thing. It happens a lot. It didn't happen as much in this match. I was impressed because I've seen him live, and this happens way too much.
Well, to be fair, this was 2014. Maybe he hadn't quite gotten it over yet.
Maybe because this happened. Like, I've seen him live, and there's been points where we get it. We get it. I get it. The move is really cool. It's good that it's a thing. You got your shtick. I like it. It's cool. It's awesome. Just wrestle.
Yes, yeah, because Phoenix doesn't have anything like that. And I prefer this match to what they had last week because this match, neither of them take breaks. There's nobody on the outside having to sell that they're so injured where they normally wouldn't be. They can just go bam, 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 keep going. Both of these guys are super resilient throughout this match. Both of these guys Phoenix has great control of the ropes. They're both able to really get their shit in, and it is to the benefit of everybody involved. I'm shocked that he just isn't murderated by Pentagon's power moves.
Pentagon is hard hitting. He really is. I mean, just kind of a powerhouse when it comes to that. They're not tapping each other at some points, and just that nonstop. Like, I'm tired watching them.
I don't blame you.
I get tired watching them, and I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm just like, I need to lay down. I need to take a break. This is too much. I can't do all that running around. My cardio is not that great. Like, So kudos to them big time. They're immensely entertaining. I cannot stop watching them.
No. Yeah, no, they are great. In fact, I've said this before. I think in 2018, I saw the Lucha Brothers versus LAX on 4 occasions, and each time it was match of the night. And
yeah, I don't doubt it.
They're so good. And in this one, which I don't think they've introduced the whole brother concept yet in here, but Phoenix gets the pin on Pentagon Jr. after a springboard Spanish fly.
So beautiful.
Yeah, especially doing the thing. I love that where both feet are on the rope, go to the second, come back on top to springboard. It just
rope tricks.
It looks so pretty.
Rope tricks. So good. Love me some rope tricks.
Yeah, and we also get a surprise package for King Cuerno, showing him like chopping wood, doing his workouts, and talking about how he's a survivor. And yeah, again, we're going to see him tonight. So what do you think of this little package there?
I love King Cuerno. Again, he's a man's man. He's a hunter. He's a hunter. This episode is called The Thrill of the Hunt. And even though King Cuerno is not the main event, this is named after what he does. He is a hunter. He is looking for prizes. He is here to gather things and people and accomplish those kind of things. So to see him, I mean, just the giant 10-point buck he wears on his head when he makes his entrance, and he comes down the steps and he's got this giant deer on his head. I don't know how it's strapped. It's like, it's got to be on like a bicycle helmet or something that holds it to his head or something, because it's huge. And I don't know. I'm very, very entertained with the whole kind of flourish that is King Cuerno when he makes his entrances.
Do you have hunters up there in Cleveland?
In Cleveland, no, but I grew up on a little farm like outside of Cleveland, and my dad was a hunter until I was like a child of like 3 or 4, and I realized that I thought it was Bambi, and so I would cry, and then he never hunted again because I was like, "You killed Bambi." But before then, there's pictures of me like as a 2-year-old petting a deer, thinking like, I'm petting a deer, and it's totally dead. like the deer had blood coming out of it, and its tongue was all like, and like my dad's like, look how happy you were, and me in my like teens, I was like, what did you do to me? Is this why I have repressed memories? Like, I petted a dead deer? I don't know. So, I mean, that's, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, I thought he killed Bambi, so he never hunted again.
Yeah, apparently King Cuerno, it means king horn, or I guess antler. It would be another interpretation of it. So what? That's an interesting name. I think it sounds way cooler when you call it Cuerno. And
Yeah, because King Horn, like King Horn, everyone, welcome King Horn, King Antler. I don't know. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, Cuerno is a lot better.
yeah, and Drago has like this interesting like black slime coming out of his mouth. It's a cool
That's his.
visual,
It's
especially.
his tongue, sir.
Oh,
His tongue.
is it? That's a lot of tongue.
Yeah, that's his magical, weird tongue. I don't know what it is. I always thought it was like a candy. Those like weird little like jelly straws you like sucked up real fast that were like the little like wiggly things. Am I am I the only one here?
I think so.
Anyone from TikTok will know what I'm talking about. It's a little straw and it's like a weird little gummy thing that flaps around. I thought it was a candy. I don't think it's a candy anymore. I don't know what it is, but it probably didn't taste good. But he just kept sucking it in and out of his mouth. And I don't know where he puts it afterwards because he doesn't wrestle with it in his mouth. That's a choking hazard, right?
I would think so. And yeah, I'm very interested to see King Cuerno because like all I know about him is that he's currently signed to NXT. So this is going to be my first time seeing him. And some of the chain that Drago is pulling off, I've never seen. It's just so smooth and lightning quick. And it looks like if you played basic stuff on fast forward. I don't know what it is, but it somehow looks easy and incredibly hard at the same time. What Drago's doing in the ring, this is a really great feature for him. It's competitive and hard hitting in sections, especially Cuerno also with those just shotgun chops.
Ooh. I feel him. It's really funny because Vampiro says it a lot. He's like, "Oh, I felt that one," but like those, I felt those. Like I felt them in my soul. I was like, "Ooh, okay, thank you." Like, I don't want any more. Thanks. We're good.
Yeah, and it is kind of a wild combination that like slowed it down like 4 different times trying to figure out what it is he does, but it's some kind of weird float over like roll up clutch to pin Cuerno. So Cuerno loses his debut match against Drago, who just looks so impressive here. And I thought that was an interesting choice, especially because Cuerno got featured heavily and immediately loses this match. Although he looks like he got beat by technique or just got caught at the wrong time. He doesn't look dead at the end of this. He gets up still hot about it.
Right. And I think it's nice. I think it's a breath of fresh air and it's something that's a little swerve because a lot of the times when these bigger packaged guys make their debut, you think it's just going to be an enhancement match. And when you put him up against Drago, even though it's against Drago, people are thinking, oh, Cuerno's package, this and that, whatever. He's going to win. He's the newest guy. They're going to show that he's tough and he's strong and he's going to win. So it was a nice breath of fresh air to see him lose and kind of have that, fire lit under him to kind of do better next time. And he didn't destroy him, didn't bury him. I still want to see him wrestle more and more because I know he's good because Drago enhanced him even though he lost. It was a win-win. It was very pleasing.
Yeah, and again, we get another promo of Prince Puma here, and he's working out. So instead of Morrison this time, it's Prince Puma working out, doing his abs back there, and Conan comes in to tell him to stay out of the fight no matter what happens. And I'm noticing Prince Puma does not speak. Like, he's forced to express himself through his movement, through the situations, through just his eyes. And I'm interested in seeing how this develops. I don't know if he ever speaks, but like for right now, I didn't realize it until this time when Conan decides to say that, oh, obviously, you can't focus because you're working out now. I'm like, oh, is that how they're getting around him not talking? That is very interesting, and I'm wondering what the choice is, and I'm wondering if maybe part of it is that Trevor Mann, Ricochet, who is Prince Puma. I'm pretty sure he's 0% Spanish or Latino?
Yeah, I feel like he couldn't even fake an accent if he tried, and I feel like he shouldn't. So I I don't know if he ever speaks. I cannot remember. So currently, no, he's not speaking. I just love the fact that Conan is like, clearly you can't focus while you're working out. This dude is just swinging on an ab machine. It's not like he's doing rocket science. He's literally just swinging back and forth. It doesn't look like there's any effort at all going on. He's just swinging. And I'm like, yeah, he's working out hardcore right there, just swinging on that ab machine. I mean, given ab machines are hard, but like the whole, like, clearly you can't focus because you're working out so hard. I was like, this dude's just swinging. He's just chilling. Like, he's just, you know. But also, on top of that, let's go back to the fact that there is workout equipment. But yet Johnny Mundo still just randomly works out in the hallways.
Yeah,
and in other places.
I was unsure about where this location was. Like, I didn't know if it was like offside or whether it was somehow in the temple. That is one thing I haven't figured out yet, is what the scale is supposed to be of this world we're in.
I would love for somebody, whoever, please, nerds of the universe, I'm a nerd too, help your fellow nerd out. Someone please do research and draw me like a D&D style mapped out of this landscape of the temple itself. Like, somebody please just construct me a layout of the temple, blueprint style, so that I may roll my dice on it and figure out where everybody is at all times. Like, and just please tell me. Please let me know.
Yeah, and next up we get our main event, Big Rick versus Johnny Mundo. Big Rick already in the ring, looking big, having his cigar and putting it away because he has to finally come out. And then, Johnny Mundo out there. And this is the first time we've seen, like, power versus speed, where it's, like, two people who are, like, contenders. And Big Rick is really put over as a powerhouse that they need him seen as. They have him out there. He's just wearing he does have wrestling boots, but he's wearing knee pads and just, like, shorts while he looks like a big brawly boy versus Mundo, who's like out there trying to finesse his way through this.
It's nice to see because Rick is big. He is Big Rick. And again, going back to the commentary, because I'm just pulling little commentary things out. They literally say, they're like, well, there's nothing fancy about Rick. Like, there's nothing fancy about him. So I mean, it's true. He's just there to fight. He's not trying to be a wrestler. He's not trying to be a luchador. He doesn't have the flashy clothes. He doesn't have all of those things. He would rather be, smoking his cigar in the back and chilling. But he's getting paid to beat down on Mundo. And it's a nice little challenge. It's nice to see them go against each other, even though it kind of doesn't fully get a finish. Which, I mean, I guess it really couldn't get a finish because then you just kind of, you either kill Big Rick or you kill Mundo. So, I mean,
yeah. Yeah, which is interesting because in the middle of the match, again, Prince Puma doesn't look like he's going to interfere, but Castro and Cortez go back anyway, and they make sure to shit-can Prince Puma in the locker room, which for some reason, when they cut to the locker room here, it looks like a combination of their in-ring camera production and their backstage camera production. It's like a weird combination where it doesn't look right in either format. Suddenly, Cortez and Castro are out holding Mundo's leg so he can't get out and throwing kicks at him and getting disqualified while the three men beat up Mundo. Yeah, they leave the ring after putting him through the most brittle table I've ever seen. That thing breaks so quickly and so cleanly and is so thin. They did not want to take any chances with that table.
Look, you're in a temple. Who knows what kind of, things you found around there? Clearly, there's no lighting. So, clearly things have been laying around a while. So that table might have been there for a long time. And it, with the weather and this and that, it maybe got a little brittle. So it's a little dry rot, something like that. Like, maybe that's why the table was so weak. But back to the whole, attacking Prince Puma, it was very jarring, just visually, because I was like, wait, is the camera cut, or is this a cut scene? Did they just cut away from the middle of a match to, show me a video package? What's going on? like it jarred me a little bit in the middle of the match. Like, this match is boring. Let's cut to a video package.
Yeah, because it just interrupts it. It's weird, but
yeah,
that is episode 4. Now this, in my opinion, this clearly wasn't the strongest episode we've seen. There were still good things in it, but I would not say this is my favorite so far. What say you?
yeah, it's an episode. It's not all of them are going to be mind blowing. We still have to get through the rough process of getting everybody into their stories and getting everything going. So there's going to be these kind of just, it's a show, it's an episode kind of moments, and I feel like this was one of them where you're just like, okay, it's leading to things. You've seen some new people, you know, you got King Cuerno now, you've seen some new packages. All right, we're building. We're only on episode 4. Like, can't kill it yet.
Yeah, and like I said, there's just like I didn't think it started out the strongest. They've done a really good job showing off some of the new talent, and they've at least made me know who are the big deals here. Like, I'm still kind of waiting for a mid card to develop because it seems like either they're a big deal or they're nobody.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're either a big deal or you're going to be seen one time and get beat down by Mil Muertes. So, I mean, that's it.
Like, overall, these are decent, typical Lucha things. Again, it's not great. I wish it was as great as it used to be. I need to come up with an actual rating scale for this show, which I haven't done yet, but neither have you. So it's like
I'm just using. Wait.
It's like a thumb and a half.
Can we do so? Like, good Lucha things, bad Lucha things.
It's like, yeah, I would definitely go around this in this one.
Yeah,
especially with the non-finish of the final match. But anyway, that's it for this particular episode. Brittany, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me everywhere on social media at Look It's Brittany, or you can find me at lookitsbrittany.com.
And you can find me anywhere you want as Frisco Flame or as R. Felix Finch, or go buy shirts like my young buck here at friscoflame.com. And anyway, peace out, party peoples. We will see you next time.